Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to the comedy that is the competitive Call of Duty community. Some drama hitting the timeline last night, as is per usual, with regard to the state of the CDL, but also HCS Raleigh kicking off. A load of Call of Duty pros getting involved in what's going on over there. Not all sunshine and rainbows on that side of things though by any means. Very much intriguing your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting that like button is the best thing you can do. Top this channel recently, people, and please consider subscribing as well if you have not yet already. Firstly, this from bids, I'm not playing this game. Of course, yesterday we looked at Krampus arriving into the game. This is honestly just incredible. This was happening so often yesterday, like even in scrims that the pros were playing in, he just spawns into the map whenever he wants and wreaks havoc in custom games. Like, it's just so absurd. I guess realism is secondary to whatever the hell this is meant to be called. But, I mean, yeah, truly remarkable stuff from Krampus. Now, there was also this that came up from Modog because, well, the Los Angeles Thieves guys were trying to get some scrims in. That really wasn't going to happen. This guy just runs around the map, like, straight at the start as well. I saw a clip from Envoy. It was literally 4-0. The game had just begun, and he spawns in wreaking havoc. So the pro players can't do anything. I guess he's given them something of an early Christmas break here. And, you know, General's trying to take him down to well, as best he possibly can. But it's just straight up not going to happen. The demon, he's coming for you regardless. So, yeah, not really sure what the pros are meant to do about this. To the credit of Sledgehammer, there must be some people over there that actually do listen and care about competitive play. Whether they can actually always get that through to the higher-ups, I'm sure that's another question entirely. But, well, it was officially removed from custom games yesterday. So for this weekend's Challenger Cup, that's not a magic we imagine going to be an issue anymore. So thankfully they turned this around quite quickly. It's just one of those things that there's so many problems within the game already that take ages to get fixed. Something like this gets fixed relatively quickly, but it's like, you know, we don't necessarily need another problem to compound the misery that these pro players are dealing with right playing this game 12 hours a day or whatever they do right now. I'm not sure I could possibly manage that for well, for a particularly long period of time. But yeah, Krampus is officially gone. Now, as Parasite says in reply to Jonathan from the MLG side, you know, saying, you know, this Christmas event has now been removed. I guess he's on the CDL side of things nowadays. At least, you know, tournament supervisor on the right-hand side here. Joke's on you, we have to tune the game settings for hardpoint still, because there's still a problem within the CDL rules that the respawn delay isn't exactly perfect to what the pros are actually playing on right now, so things that still have to be changed anyway. So, they're still a little bit behind the curve. They'll probably get there eventually, but, it's just like, it's just one of these issues that you think, how does this even possibly get itself into the game? Thankfully, I suppose it is now gone. Let's talk about this then from yesterday. HCS Raleigh officially kicked off. It's going on this weekend, and, just brings me back to the good old days, really, of the Call of Duty scene, the kind of the open era, right? When well, pre-CDL, CWL, these kind of events that Adam Epicella and the guys were putting on. It really just takes Adam Epicella and his team. Like, they'll put on an absolutely phenomenal event and just absolutely kill it. Now, the game wasn't necessarily complying yesterday with Halo. We'll have a look at that here in just a couple of seconds. But, I wanted to look through some images, as he says, community is, well, greater than everything else, which, of course, is absolutely bang on the money. But, I mean, yeah, beautiful, well, beautiful venue clearly right here. This is something that I really remember, the difference from when I went to the Anaheim event and the London event in 2019 and the Black Ops 4 season to at the start of 2020, the CDL event that was going on in London there. It was a really different feel when there's so much happening in the stadium. Like, there was a massive open arena, obviously there is here as well, and also there was 4 stations going on at the same time at Anaheim and London as well. There was Alpha, there was Charlie Bravo Delta or whatever, right? And it was the same thing here, like, I guess Bravo, Charlie Delta, BCD, that's the way the alphabet works. But it was the same thing going on here right at this Halo event, and in person it just feels like there's so much more going on when you've got all the massive open stations and then all the other stations as well. Wasn't really the same in the CDL era, even though there was a small open event going on at that London event in the CDL side, like the London had going on at the same time, because there wasn't Bravo Charlie Delta. It just doesn't feel the same in person, even if to watch it from home it's not all that different. And well, as Chrome points out, competitive Halo this weekend versus competitive Call of Duty this weekend, like well, there are some significant differences, but yeah, the soul and the spirit of the venue just is so different in these kind of open environments, to be honest. And I'm sure that guys who attended and are attending right now definitely felt that last night. But yeah, things weren't exactly all sunshine and rainbows, as I said at the start, for the Halo side. But as Scump says, look, it's beautiful, right? Like, he's definitely missing the days that this was the case, I suppose, in Call of Duty. A lot of other pros in a similar boat, right? I'm sure they miss going to venues that Adam and Apicella and the MLG guys are putting on now. Of course, Esports Engine doing all this for the Halo side. So they're definitely killing it, doing all the right things. But yeah, the game wasn't necessarily complying. This also, for Maux, it feels good to be back in a venue, because Maux recently, as well, some other players as well, moved over to the Halo front, right? Some pros have been considering that. Do we go to Halo, try and compete over there, take our talents to that side of things, rather than competing in challenges or going forwards? Like, well, certainly an option. Some players it may be working out for, some players potentially not. As some of the other Call of Duty pros say, for example, Octane seeing all the pictures and videos of Raleigh has me down expeditiously. So, I mean, yeah, like, Octane's not particularly happy with just, you know, looking at these events and thinking, okay, wow, like, you know, what did we used to have, I suppose, in Call of Duty? Never know the good times until they're gone. And as Method says, I'd do anything to walk into an MLG or UMG event right now. That's the thing. Back in the day, there was the Gfinities, the ESWCs, the UMGs, the MLG events, like the official league events and all this type of stuff that was going on back in the day. Like things were very different. Nowadays, that's of course not the case, but Halo seems to be capturing that kind of old vibes, especially with Esports Engine and those guys helping out on that front. Now, FormaL, of course, is competing at this event. Very interesting, really, to follow his trajectory, right? Because he retired from Call of Duty, because he was eventually going to get dropped anyway from Octane one way or another, because, the motivation wasn't really there for FormaL anymore. But all of a sudden, he started to play Halo competitively again, and really seems to have found his mojo back. Of course, he's playing for Sentinel this tournament. There's, that's going to be a very exciting run to follow up on. Just wanted to, share this for you guys as well, because last night, Scump was streaming a Halo watch party. Hopefully, they figured things out with the Call of Duty League, that he can actually do this, right? Being a pro player from Call of Duty, right? Do they necessarily want him doing a watch party for Halo? But this is just one of the other things that Halo are doing absolutely bang on the money, right? They're streaming on Twitch, and all the pro players and even just influencers in the community in general get to watch it as a watch party on their own stream and then promote it to a wider audience. So cracking stuff. I'll show a couple clips from this one.
Why would they give drops to someone who doesn't know how to play? Brother, I would absolutely for you into next Monday. Merry Christmas. Here we go. Trippy again with the Mangler in hand, pushing their spawn out. Baiting him into the sword. Tylenol. Oh my gosh. Penguin now has a headache because of Tylenol. That doesn't make any sense because Tylenol is supposed to help your headaches. Oh. Oh, Penguin's got a headache too. Oh, Renegade. Oh, they all got headaches. Oh, the over. Oh, that's a five kill lead now.
Now, this I thought was absolutely hilarious, right, as Maux says right here. So Maux, his team didn't have the greatest start to this tournament in that open bracket. As he says, lost in winners round 3. GG's to those guys. Don't think we'll start to lose this tonight, given all the delays. We'll have a discussion here about in a second. Now, as Clay says in replies, he's just laughing at it, gets smoked, he says, and, Cheese like, what the hell? And Maux is even like, what's this about in the replies, right, as he says right here, what's going on? This tweet ended up getting deleted because Clay says, brother, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I replied to someone else, not you. My bad, what the hell's going on? So I don't really know why Clayster would have replied this anyway, but I thought it was hilarious that he replied to Maux here. And there were some other tweets coming out, the fact that, all the Call of Duty guys that have got to Halo, they're getting kind of bodied in the open bracket right now. Maybe not going to make it into groups or whatever to actually play some of these pro teams. Definitely a significant difference in caliber for some of these OG Halo guys compared to some of the guys that are trying to come in. But I just thought this is hilarious, really, that Clayster managed to put this out. I was like, oh yeah, my bad, mate. I didn't mean to reply to you. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how that would have happened. But of course, there were other problems going on as well. Because, for some reason, Halo in a LAN environment, disconnections happening all the time, game servers crashing, pretty much every series, at least one point, the server would just crash. It's a pretty shambolic, frankly. The game had everything right, everything was back on the money, but if this happened at the Call of Duty event, and it was happening with the Halo guys as well, they were obviously frustrated with this, but if this happened at a Call of Duty event, I'm sure, it would be absolute uproar, right, and understandably so. As Clay says, game crashes, hardware issues, LAN problems at your kickoff event, first time in the Call of Duty side, they may need to try the 15 things I had to do in order to stop the game crashing. That's certainly an issue with Halo. It seems to crash all the time, and we for sure should have went Halo on LAN rather than Krampus on a squad board rotation. I guess some of these guys decided not to go in the end to this Halo event, at least to check it out and see how things were going. This is also one of the comments just saying, this is just unacceptable, right? Absolutely pathetic. What game doesn't address crashes 1 month into release? And then Clay's like, this is one of the most voted comments on the HCS threads. But Call of Duty just sitting there with scanner repair for the entire year in Cold War, which is obviously a very similar thing. So yeah, definitely not the greatest day for Controller Esports, I suppose, in general. This also, right, because the Sentinels guys, they're playing through the open bracket right now, and here's FormaL and the guys getting ready to go on that front. They're obviously just going to storm through the open brackets, get into pools, and probably not have too much of an issue going on from there. Whether they're good enough, of course, without Royal 2 and the lack of practice that they had as a quartet of 4, to actually win the tournament, that's going to be exciting to see. But definitely some great storylines for this entire event. So definitely want to keep you guys updated on it. If you go up against these guys in open, that's going to be a pretty difficult time, I'm sure. And as FormaL says, day 1 complete. We continue tomorrow morning with the winners bracket round 4. So maybe they'd have continued further on, but just obviously the delays and stuff were not exactly ideal for the players, but also the organisers themselves. So FormaL continuing on in the open bracket, definitely going to try and make his way out with Sentinels and all that type of good stuff. And there was also some matches going on last night. So given a lot of you guys maybe getting into Halo, or at least watching what's going on, I'm sure a lot of you are following the Optic team, just because that's tend to be how things go in Call of Duty, especially especially given, you know, they're one of the biggest organizations in Call of Duty that actually has a team in Halo as well, and is doing good things on that front. Now, of course, Scum was watching their, you know, watch parties and stuff like that last night, so, you know, they're obviously making moves. I think Optic should be one of the clear favorites here for this tournament. Like, I mean, obviously, it's difficult to say at times, but some disgusting plays coming out from these guys. I think Sentinels might have been the favorites going in if they hadn't had, of course, well, the whole situation with Royal 2 that we talked about a couple of days ago. But now it's, you know, certainly Cloud9, Optic, these type of teams that are right up there on the money to actually make it all the way through. There were some disgusting plays coming out as well, like some of the highlights here that Scum was just enjoying. And, I mean, that's just the crazy thing, frankly, with how these watch parties go. It's just so well done compared to what we have in the COD scene. It's good to see, right? Hopefully the CEOs watching are listening and looking and thinking, okay, we can take some ideas from this going forwards. Now, of course, whether that happens is a very different question. But these were the results kind of the pools, as you can see right here. So Pool A, it's Optic, Pioneers, Chiefs, Bing, Chilling, as kind of expected in a way. It's like Pool D, there was absolute chaos. They had to postpone some of these games just because, well, of all the delays, they had to push it back a little bit further. So yeah, Pool A, Optic seem to be coming out comfortably. FaZe, United, Cloud9, like all the big organizations that we know and love from our, well, Call of Duty past, and are involved in Halo as well. But of course, they don't have to be tied to a particular city, so there's always that going on. But yeah, very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Just wanted to mention this as well from Tashi from the 343 industry side, because that's kind of the big question. Can they possibly fix these issues for the rest of the tournament? Because if the disconnects keep happening, it's obviously really frustrating for the players as well. If they fix that though, like obviously it's going to be absolutely phenomenal, and it kind of already is really compared to the state that Call of Duty found itself in the last 24 hours or so. As he says, day one's in the books. Thank you to the fans, players and talent for your patience and support. We took many steps to stabilize tonight. We have a plan of attack in the morning to improve the show and experience even more. So maybe, well, that'll improve the experience for the rest of the weekend, but I'll do my best to keep you guys updated on how FormaL's getting on and all that type of stuff as well. But very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hitting that like button tells the YouTube gods this is a good video. I don't like you should see it as well, and I'll grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you much as always, take care, and I will see you next time.